Firstly, it's been amazing to have the time and the space to not have to do anything else or worry about anything else.
You're so removed from your context, you know what I mean? So removed from your daily context. It's like you're like in a new space completely, you know, you're like, okay, I have time, I have space, I can read these, I can talk about these, I can just go away and think about it, or I can try to do something.
You're away from everything else, so that there's no other distractions, there's people to talk to and kind of help you formulate ideas, whether that's the mentors or whether that's just other people who are doing stuff around you. And those conversations are quite, even if they don't directly inform the work, they kind of help create the space for you to make the work in.
I love I might be in the dance studio today, or I'll give this a go, or I'll give that a go, or I can go to a studio where I can stick something up on the wall and it doesn't piss anybody off, or I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to go for a walk or go out on the boat, and if you're totally stuck, come up and there'll always be somebody around that you can have a chat to.
I think the groups worked really well. I liked having the support of, the 4 people who were the group that knew exactly what you were doing and discussing the themes around it. So it was just kind of a safety net.
With the way that different people work, I can see it affecting other people's work, Even in the small group that I'm in, I can see that if the 5 of us are talking about a certain area, I can see the next day when we come back, it's had a knock-on effect on each other.
The different tutors and the different ways of working have been really refreshing in getting different ways of making from them, hearing how they do their own work and their suggestions around the work that I want to make.
It's been a really interesting process. Of the beginning of the week for me was about absorbing everything that everyone was saying and sort of applying that to my work. In a way, you experiment with your work and your ideas, and you use everyone's feedback and ideas, and then you kind of go through this process of figuring out what you want to do and sort of strengthening your own ideology surrounding your work, which is really nice, because I'm always so insecure about articulating what my work is or how I want it to be.
It changes from hour to hour, like all the time. You think that you've had a breakthrough, or you think that something's happened, which it has happened, but it propels you forward and you go to the next place, and then that can change again, like literally with the drop of a hat. Like a day here is a very, very, very long day.
This is a very at swim area, like they're all just these tiny little baby ideas, and they're all just kind of banging off each other, and some will grow and some won't, and it's really nice to know that we all exist in that, if you sit at home and you're trying to create something and you just have that frustration, it's nice to know that other people do too.
You can just get on and do without the fear of failure, I suppose.
You get a better idea of your own project, and just through kind of trying things out and getting rid of a lot of that kind of worry about what it's going to be. It's basically forced whatever kind of vague idea I had of something to become something more formed. So I know much better now what it is, I think.
I got huge clarity. I kind of feel like I'm going home and I know what I'm doing now. I came and I knew what I wanted to do, and now I'm going knowing what I'm going to do. No, there'll still be floundering and there'll still be pushing and poking and pulling, but I have a clearer sense of what I'm making now, very much so.